Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel and this is the Cronos, let's call it Birch Dial. And yes, this is the best quality AliExpress watch I have tried on so far. But before I talk more about the watch and why it's so good, let's jump into some specifications. What we have here is a 39mm case with a log-to-log of 47mm. We have a thickness or height of 10.85mm, including that sapphire crystal. I don't know if there is any AR coating on the inside or the outside, but the clarity is pretty good, so I guess there's some. My version is powered by PT5000 movement, but there are several different versions with varying price points as well. The PT5000 is a good, simple workhorse movement, so if you want to save some money, you can go for that, but I think it's like an Zelita and stuff as well to choose from. And they actually list which Lume is on this watch for once. So what we have here is on BGW9 Swiss Superluminova. So let's jump into that Lume shot. And here is that Lume shot, and what can you say? It's perfect. It's well applied. They seem to have many layers of that BGW9 because it glows brightly. Everything is evenly applied. Bit of Lume on that second hand tip going around the dial. A Lume date wheel maybe? Otherwise, it's perfect. So, why do I say that this is the best quality AliExpress watch, please focus camera, that I have tried? Well, the tolerance is super tight and those links are very, very nicely finished and the articulation is awesome. A bit of a taper down to that side buckle, and look how nicely finished even the sides of that buckle is. We have some on-the-fly micro adjust, which gives us about a link's worth of micro adjustment. Screwed prints. We have a see-through case back that actually doesn't build pretty much anything to the watch head, and look at the profile of that case. That's how a case should look. For me anyways. If you had to put some female end links on it, it would have hugged the wrist even nicer. The brushing is very, very nicely done. This type of finishing you find on watches costing 10 times as much as this watch. And I guess the place that makes Cronos watches must be making watches for some higher end, because this case finishing is superb. And this crown is really grippy. A good knurling on it, so it's really good. A good size to it. And when you screw this crown, it's like when I had my Christopher Ward in for review and stuff, you feel there's a bit of resistance, feeling more quality. Cheaper watches often just, I don't know how to explain, there's like nothing holding the crown back when you screw it. This has some traction and a nice little pop coming out. And it's a hacking movement, changing the time, changing the date, and bites back in beautifully. Some nice little detailing there on those links as well. Everything is just finished to, I wouldn't say perfection, but for the price, it's perfection. Just look at how nicely finished these indices are, and the hands and everything. You couldn't really ask for anything more. We have a chapter ring that's really well aligned. And also the dial itself is really handsome. Now that's a Seiko, Grand Seiko homage, we know, but it's really cool and nicely finished. This is a big step up from other AliExpress watches I've looked at recently, and I hope more is able to follow. So, any moans and niggles? Well, I would have preferred it not to have this Birch dial. If it had just been a plain, simple dial, and not a Grand Seiko homage, they would have created the perfect Gada watch. It would have been so nice. Now, I don't know, for some reason I don't really like using it as a Gada. It becomes more dressy. That makes sense? And also the printing on the logo and the text is a bit too weak. In some lights it almost disappears. I don't know if they want to have that effect, and speaking to Cronos, they said they will apply more in future iterations. So, I guess they're aware of that. But other than those, for the price, $200-300, you really can't ask for anything more. It's a nice wearing experience. It feels more like my Christopher Wards I've tried and the Hamiltons I've owned and stuff like that, and it feels like an AliExpress watch. It's almost silky to the touch, it's hard to explain through the camera. Maybe they could have added quick release on the bracelet as well, but hey, detailing. So let's put it on my roughly 17 centimeter wrist, and that's how it wears for me. Now, it wears well. I don't think you want to have smaller wrist for this watch. You can have bigger wrist because the bracelet is so substantial. And I've been wearing this watch quite a bit. But for my size and bigger, it's perfect. The case, the size is perfect. Really, really well done, Cronos. And I'll need to check out more Cronos watches and see if that quality carries over to other models as well. And that's it for this time, guys. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.